Greetings once again, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. I am Efring225, and I am here with another playthrough. After playing through Advance Wars 1, it is only logical that I would play through Advance Wars 2, Black Hole Rising for the GBA, the immediate sequel to Advance Wars 1, obviously. Advance Wars 2, a very interesting game. Well, for me to talk about it anyways, because I actually don't like Advance Wars 2 as much as Advance Wars 1. And I'm probably going to be complaining about it throughout the entire playthrough, but the long and short of it is, Advance Wars 2 kind of feels like, you know, yet another Advance Wars game. I think it was actually my third Advance Wars game, because first I played Dual Strike, then I played 1, then I played 2, and after those two games, Advance Wars 2 kind of seems normal-ish. Like, it's yet another game. I mean, they added superpowers, which is really good, but other than one new unit and a couple of new commanders, really not much going on here. And I don't like the level design of the campaign mode as much as Advance Wars 1, which means I'm probably going to be complaining about it the entire playthrough here, but, you know, I'll try and keep that to a minimum. But first I want to say, normal campaign for Advance Wars 2 does something that I have never liked. It has the field training missions as campaign missions, so you're getting a tutorial as you play. Now, yeah, that's fine for your first playthrough of the campaign, but on repeat playthroughs, you've got to go through that tutorial again, unless you do this. Hard mode, baby. We're doing hard mode of Advance Wars 2, both to avoid the tutorials so I don't bore you guys to death, and because I think Advance Wars 2, if nothing else, it has a tolerable hard campaign. Like, it's not super, super difficult like Advance Wars 1's was, with things like can-base error and rivals. Those are extreme on hard mode. But yeah, Advance Wars 2 hard mode, much more tolerable. I feel I'm comfortable playing through it, so that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to do that for Advance Wars DS if I get to that too. Because Advance Wars DS hard mode is a total joke, but that's neither here nor there. First up, we have a short prologue. Another thing that I didn't like about Advance Wars 2 all that much is that it doesn't really have much of a plot going for it. Like, none of the Advance Wars games have a serious storytelling thing going on, except for Days of Ruin. But Advance Wars 1 at least had the intrigue of Sturm using the Anti-Clones to run around, do a bunch of damage, and get the countries to fight Orange Star. But in Advance Wars 2, he just does, like, he just does a straight invasion. He just invades at his leisure, like he says here. So, it's just going to be a straight fight against the Black Hole COs. And it is nice for Black Hole to get an expansion, but I also felt that none of the Black Hole COs played particularly interesting. Like, they weren't interesting characters to play as. Like, in this campaign, you get to play as all of the different country COs. Like, you get Orange Star COs, who you're probably familiar with after Advance Wars 1. You got Blue Moon, Yellow Comet, and Green Earth further down the line. You get to play as all of them, and it's always the same Black Hole COs every single time, and they're built for basically any kind of situation. They're all Andy-like COs. Like, they're not exactly Andy, but they are generalists, in other words. So that's less interesting. It's more interesting to me when your enemies are varied and interesting to fight against, rather than having interesting player characters to play as. But still, we do get to control a lot of different COs. Andy is still stupid. Now he doesn't know what a continent is. Airports, continents, this guy needs a dictionary. But anyways, there's a lot to talk about with respect to hard campaign off the bat here. Because we're playing Orange Star first, and because Orange Star's missions are all tutorials in normal mode, in hard mode they seriously reinvented Orange Star's missions. They are not simply normal mode plus a couple of extra units. Like, for the other countries, those missions are going to resemble their original forms, but for Orange Star, they completely reinvented everything. They've even got different map indexes. I've ROM hacked Advance Wars 2 a lot, so I know this kind of thing, and I'm probably going to make a reference to it, but hard mode Orange Star has separate map indexes from normal Orange Star. Like, if you don't know what that means, don't worry about it. Yeah, so Sammy here mentions that Nell is going to give us another tutorial, but it's hard mode, so we skip out on that. Good thing, too. Yeah, my sentiments exactly, Max. Luckily, we don't have to deal with that. The first mission is actually a Sammy mission. This mission was also present in normal mode, but it was the second mission. And it also did not play this music. This is the Black Hole theme, instead of the Orange Star theme. Interesting change there. Also, you can see that in addition to the COs, every generic soldier for each country now has their own portrait. The one for Black Hole is my favorite because it reminds me so much of Among Us. If you have not played Among Us, go check it out. You've played Among Us. Everybody has played that by now. It's just one of those games that everyone has played. But yeah, they seriously look like the little astronaut images from Among Us, so that's nice. Won't quite see it as much because I'm still keeping battle animations off. But anyways, Mission 1, Border Skirmish. It is a Fog of War mission. Also unusual to have Fog of War for the first mission, but again, this wasn't even Fog of War in normal mode. So we're being introduced to the first enemy CO. He is called Flak, and I'm going to go into his dossier for a brief moment. Sammy is mostly the same, but superpowers are a new thing they've added. I'll go over those if they come up. So Flak, very iconic character, oddly enough, due to a fan comic called Totally Flacked, which I have talked about in previous videos. His gimmick is that sometimes, randomly, he will do more damage, sometimes he will do less, and I've never really liked that about him. It makes him a really hard CO to play as because you're reliant on RNG. Like, if you played as Nell in Advance Wars 1, you were reliant on RNG, sure, but it was always a positive. But with Flak, it can sometimes be a negative, and that will make it very hard to play as him because sometimes you'll do an unpredictable amount of damage, and that's really hard to plan for. But on with, well, fighting against him is annoying for the same reason it is playing as him, because we're randomly going to take more or less damage as well. So let's get this going. I'm going to drop my mech on the mountain for more vision. And that's something you actually wouldn't think to do. I thought of that just now. Alright, so you can see what the idea behind this map is. Just load everyone up on that choke point and then fire away with your indirects. Be wary of the enemy's anti-air units, because you don't want to ram your copters right into those. Your copters should be kind of like staying in the back anyways, because Sammy's copters are a little bit weaker than everyone else's. Alright, so that mech is incoming, so I can't stay on the mountain. This opening mission is pretty alright, I would say. But those anti-airs, they just walked right into me. Now, that should tell you a lot about Flak's intelligence. Let's get on that mountain so we can see better. Alright. We're well out of the artillery's range. So, bombs away. Time to start blasting. I can't destroy that other one, though, because then I would be in artillery range. Now, in Advance Wars 2, the AI is not attracted to APCs like magnets. Oh, here comes the CO power, for instance. This is a regular CO power. If you wanted to use his superpower, he would have to wait longer, because there are now 2 levels to the CO meter, represented by stars. Each star is worth 9,000 gold worth of damage. The power meters are still measured in monetary damage. So his CO power doesn't really do much. He's got really bad CO powers, honestly. They just increase the range of his randomized damage. Alright. So, let's see here. I could attack the... Well, I would be in artillery range. Like, it may seem... Oh, this rocket can actually shoot out that mech. I did not plan for that. Alright. I know that on normal mode, this city right here would already be an Orange Star City, so it would be even, it would be, like, worth even more to me to stay there. Right, so the rocket, who knows what the rocket is going to fire at. I'm hoping that it will fire at the already damaged mech and take it out in one shot, and that's what he did. I've played Advance Wars 2 so much through ROM hacks and stuff that it's actually, I actually feel that I could predict the AI a little bit better. Because I already know a couple things after playing so many ROM hacks. Like, they aren't attracted to APCs like magnets anymore, but they do have a couple of dumb quirks to them. Like, I think those were the only anti-airs, by the way, so I'm going to move in my copters now. Like, if they see an enemy unit sitting on a city and is capturing it, like, they will always go for capturing infantry. Their attack they're attracted to those like magnets, if nothing else. Right, so he had a rocket back there, but he didn't fire at it for some he didn't fire with it for some reason. Maybe it moved. Let's take a look. It did move. It moved a little bit in the back. Right. I'll take a chance and probably try to open up that forest, see if anything is in there, and there was something in there, so that was a mistake. So, something's gonna get hit by the rocket, but I don't really know what. Let's get our own rocket in there. I'm hoping to do at least 3 missions in one video, so I'd better not take so long, but I'm really worried about rushing right into that rocket range. But now we can shoot out the tank, and, let's see, I would love to reveal what's on that tile safely, but I can't. I guess throw caution in the wind, because it was already damaged anyways, so there was a tank there. Yeah, not exactly going as swimmingly as I was hoping it would. It's only the first level, after all. They wouldn't make it too hard. But still. Alright, I've lost a couple of units, but I don't think it'll be that huge an issue. Blow these guys up. We should be able to, like, really do some damage now. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Oh, darn it. That was not good. Alright, I can still shoot at this rocket. That should, like, reduce the damage that it was going to do at least a little bit. We might lose another unit. We did not. That was actually quite lucky. Alright, so I can't really talk about CO powers yet, because there's been no reason to use them. Oh, my meter is full now, though. I could do a super if I wanted to. Actually, the map's not over yet, so I might have a chance to show it off yet. Where is that last enemy unit? Oh, there it is. Please don't move on the HQ. I want to show this off. It's going to be really funny. Well, he's going to do it anyways. This just gives him an even bigger damage range for his randomized damage, so if the only unit left is that APC, then it doesn't even matter. Alright, so double time is basically the same as it was in Advance Wars 1, except it doesn't change the movement costs of infantry. But the super is very iconic. This is very, like, this is the one CO power everybody remembers, because Victory March lets you capture any building in one turn, even the HQ. So, like, in this case, it was basically a win more power, but, like, you can do that in any map you want if you're playing as Sammy. And you better believe that an instant winner like that, that's a crazy power to use. Sammy's very, very good in this game. A huge buff from Advance Wars 1, and she was already pretty good. So that's map 1 out of the way. With an almost perfect S rank, I was just a little bit slower than I should have been. Yes, you actually earn double points in Advance Wars 2's hard campaign. I think that goes for DS as well. So, 1 down and only, however many to go. You don't have to play all the maps in Advance Wars 2's campaign. But let's get going with Mission 2. And already we have a mission that I really, the bug from Advance Wars 1 is still here for MGBA. Apparently Flax is dumb as Andy. Microphones are too complicated, just scream. But then again, what is he, like, screaming at? Is he communicating through radio or something? Well, anyways, Mission 2 for hard mode is a mission that I really don't like, actually. Like, we're going to be introduced to black hole inventions. These are something that would have been introduced way later, but we have to talk about them now. This is just talking. Like, another thing is that the dialogue in Advance Wars 2 lacks a lot of the charm and silliness, and is a little bit long-winded as well. Alright, so it's actually not a pre-deployed map. We have to play with bases, and based on the design of this map, you can tell that it's going to take quite a while. Because we don't have any ports to send out landers to that shoal to land our forces, we have to go all the way around. There is a port on this map, but it's like on the wrong side of that bridge. At least they don't talk for as long. See, look at this port. This first port, any ships that you build from it have to go all the way around this way. If you get to this port, that's a decent start, but then you have the laser cannon. Every turn, this laser is in a fire, and it has the most long-winded animation ever. So the bomb situation like mocking so between their women know that for some to shot always now shot on is then come like clear it's intro and this innovation for flash like also to and was like so how that so but the other we kind of go around that's so we back on it it's like my people team sure much is the gash and I'll go to Jordan so there's nothing as well we have on to the stuff not her sex is way off fruit and Adam and then you can see it me can go back to is the leader is getting just off last getting because it's sentimental and you can see over there. But this I have using because only happens. Okay, here. This last is for the right. Good. I'm very much bored is on that. I just took the door on the board. Or this side of this to this. Okay, go the ambition on try it. Got shot on me. But learn. That is my boss. Prologue 1. This people building my face over my account. Right. I could help. This is like the MUI. You live in world players so fastly what was do own missions. Yeah, next chance on those far. Teaching back. We think that possible. You see, it's worse. And the party leading and people are way we send on the engines for a single minute. So, no, we need him, don't need one still do this. In my business, all there is a chance to think that I interest also can. The crops, digital engine up, probably. Where's the bulldog for the for? I don't stand counting. Still in here. I'll think it away. So, that's interesting, probably thinking we'll probably stand here, not really for I'll probably like pick my fastest here. In here. It was like he's a oil. Rocks can you go back. Press. Can you go there? Shot. Spin. Ooh, I got so good. This is the end of the work. Should be used by our plant. Also, I'll spot into the opposite making a number inch. So you show enough for the one more. I keep trying now. It's very crucial. I will take so. I can get it. So, sir. That's the that's the bonus. So let's think about the you else. That's the something there and so. Press. Is it out to the before you got in the merge and the hash then after this things. It's cheap but it doesn't shoot here. It's slow. As you look on the screen are very easy. Make it find the friend that's new slide up. Don't least read off on her. And this hand started not getting get ready. I'm going to play me. That's what you know. Is I here. That way here goes. Means so they no time. I'll start now researching the Jew. Islanders also chatting this take forever. Bringing certain problems is. And they're supporting anyone can soon make a job. And I don't know. Oh, it I need to contribute me, so okay, we were on means shopping your immersions. This is a message by moving emerging how to no opening useful for that. Not second what's playing. It is going to be our own anyway, so you'll like me. It was dusty and oh, that's what I'm need. Well, I can't was. I'm going easier. Yes, I'm professor for the variable. This then gets the actual play all. I mean, let's see. That's a good thing that is like either I am amazing. With extra police, police and reason, but that's a bird system. Oh, that's and I just shading stability plus. I want to get more of the storm season. That's on. I can most shuffle drinking challenge. Or I'll get next team. Safety thing. Until the anything. Does it feel like shovel? I'm gonna make. What's then? I drink to the I'm do body and hands take remember. Yeah, it's not that for my own. Or to me not hate. It's personally forces don't. Oh, many would need hack. You get a more machine telephone. Then they use it for all to the Mac. Wait for it for the hard game. Wait one out. So we're more from the tingles price of things. So I can use things up a bit. Our clean fat is the real available. And it's not one. So again, this is from the game. Is almost just the leagues. Funny tosser. Shouldn't use a fruit now. See, watch more riding this, and like that, the left on here. And so, turn on. It's 8 machine. It's over. I don't know. Good for me. The game can let me twice all the world. This is great. Also, Congress will leave over pinball and shove because I go to Saturday, but early, it's not into. Motions for the class and things. And main from mouse bag. Prince Louis Sam Pesky. Only it's a little fun. How many turns is it? 35 turns. It took 35 turns to clear that. Worst map ever, and it's only mission 2. Wow. Like, this mission is way easier in normal mode, I gotta say. Like, this map, it honestly just wasted a bunch of my time, and I've always been prevented from playing through Advance Wars 2 Hard Campaign again because of this map and many others that take forever. Like, that's something that kills a lot of enjoyment in a strategy game for me, is taking up way too much of my time, especially because this is a portable game. Portable games are not supposed to take up your time. Like, look at any portable game you can think of. That's still an S rank, by the way. That's how long it was. Power wasn't even at 100, so I had to destroy even more units in one turn, but there were so few units every turn. What could I have done? Yeah, hopefully I have to never play through that again. I never want to do it again. If I somehow lose this recording, I am not, like, replaying that mission. I am just going to, like, I think I'm actually going to edit that in post and play it at double speed, because, like, without vocal commentary, because that was awful. I don't know why you would even want to watch it. Like, the commentary was so bad. Okay, mission 3. I guess I'll try and get through 3 of these in one video. I don't know, the recording's been going for 45 minutes. Alright, round 3. We got a new character going here. Actually, I recognize this mission from normal mode. It's being played way earlier in the hard mode, I guess. So I guess if there's, like, there might be, like, new missions entirely from here on out. Or it could just be that they needed to slip in an Andy mission, because we've had a Sammy mission and a Max mission. I didn't even talk about Max, but Andy's still the same as he was in Advance Wars 1. Max has been nerfed. That's basically it. So, in this mission, we have a new black hole invention called the Black Cannon. It has a very big range. It will fire at 1 unit every turn and do 5 damage. It always aims for the unit that costs the most, or is worth the most. Like, if it has to pick between... Well, it's always going to aim for whoever can do the most money damage to. So, like, if it has to pick between a medium tank and a tank, it's always going to take the medium tank, unless the medium tank is, like, 2 HP or something. I'm rambling, but I actually remember this mission being a lot easier. Fortunately. Like, the last one was easy, it was just so long, but I think this one is going to be both easy and not as time-consuming, so that's going to be a good thing. You know, maybe they really should send in Max for this, because at least he could use a bomber. We've got an airport in this map. Andy knows what an airport is, finally. So I'm just going to take the easy way out and do it the way everyone does it. Which is to take a T-copter and an infantry. Black cannons can never kill, by the way, so that's going to be important. More T-copters, more infantry. So the infantry in the T-copter is completely safe from the black cannon fire as long as it's inside the copter. So no matter how many times that black cannon decides to shoot at the copter, it will never damage the infantry. Which is important. Because I'm going to capture that neutral base in the top left. Can't do this one because it's in range of the cannon. It'll have the same issue. Actually, is this base also in range of the cannon? It is! It wasn't in normal mode, but it looks like this base is in range of the cannon. Well, what do you know? Alright, just keep flying then. We gotta let the money build up. And I know what you guys are gonna say. Oh, you're getting a bad rank by doing this because the cannon doesn't count for power. Forgive me if I don't really care. Maybe one of those infantry will go down to my HQ and try to capture it. Then I can destroy something then. Alright. Is that spot safe? It is. So with this base captured, we can very easily deploy rockets and just shoot out the cannon. Like, this seems like such an easy exploit. I'm surprised the developers didn't try to do it themselves and think maybe, oh, we should probably prevent them from doing such an easy exploit. If that tank decides to go for the HQ in the bottom, we can probably send something at it. Yeah, actually, we have enough money for not only the rocket, we also have money for a bomber as well. A bomber would have a much more difficult time attacking the black cannon, because it has to go through potentially an anti-air, as you see here. In fact, let's get rid of that first. I would prefer to neutralize that anti-air first. It gives us a little time to build up some power. And the rocket, I'm pretty sure, does at least 50 to the black cannon. Inventions always take as much damage as a medium tank would. So, 55, yes. It'll be over on the next turn. Depending on... Yeah, I need to set up a power turn. These are mini cannons, by the way. They're like the black cannon, but they do 3 damage, and they don't have as big a range. So I was about to say, like, this is going to get me a very low rank, because I'm not destroying any enemy units, technically. It's only the inventions I'm destroying, but I can still destroy a couple of enemy units here. So... there's one. There's, let's see, what do I fire at here? There's 2. There's 3. And I've lost no units, and I'm pretty sure this is within the time required for an S rank. Also, the objective of this mission was to destroy that cannon, by the way, I should have mentioned that, because there's no HQ on the map, so you can't capture it, and routing doesn't work either, I don't think. We didn't even use CO powers. There's actually dialogue in this mission for CO powers. Special dialogue, rather. A little close? Max, were you paying attention? I didn't lose a single unit. Alright, so this is a teensy bit amusing, but it's really generic, I would say. You better be glad. He basically won Advance Wars 1 for you. See that? Perfect S rank. It was a really cheese strategy, but it was a perfect S rank. Expect lots of cheese strategies in Advance Wars 2, by the way. That's another thing. Like, so far we've had a decent mission, a really time-consuming mission, and a really cheese mission. This does not bode well, in my opinion, I would say. Alright, so we've got a choice of 3 missions. So next time, we will take on the next 3 levels. I will see you then. And probably, well, there's 2 more after that. So 3 more in the next video. I'll see you then.